said, the place of passion over the years has led to a series of the adoption of life-altering decisions for many individuals. So, still on the show, we meet Wasem Anosike, a computer scientist who became a poultry and fish farmer.
This is my poultry farm. My name is Wasem Anosike. My background is computer science. My last job actually was an NGO, non-profit making organization. And I was in charge of the IT, the website management, the content, the social media, and all of that. And I worked there for actually 3 years before I decided to resign. I'm not the kind of person that just wants to sit down doing nothing too. There was just a whole lot of thinking going on in my head, like, so what am I going to do next? What business am I going to venture into? So that was when this came up, because I'd been to this place like a couple of times. I looked at some of the things that people are doing, and when my husband just asked, is this something you can do? I said, yeah, sure. Why poultry? I can't really give a direct answer to that. Why? Because it was not something I thought about like in a long time before venturing into it. It was just as a result of I had to resign my job because it wasn't paying anymore, or it was kind of shutting down. So I had to think fast, okay, so what do I do next? And my husband has always had a love for agriculture and stuff, and he had been mentioning it, he had mentioned it a couple of times that he wants to do something like that. So when he brought it up to me at a point in time where I was trying to resign my job, he asked if I could do it, and I said, yeah, why not? If I'm not doing anything, and with the way the country is moving, you need to get something for yourself. You need to do a business for yourself, and so we decided to do this. And while starting, it's not like we started with this. We didn't start with layers initially. What we started with was broilers. We had a lot of information about birds, like the profit that it brings and all of that. So we decided to start with broilers. We actually got someone to raise them for us for a couple of weeks, like 4 weeks. But in the process of waiting for the person to bring those birds, it took so long a time, and we're thinking, okay, why don't I get it myself and start from there? I learn, and I know what it's all about, how to raise them and all of that. So we got some for ourselves. We started raising them, and at the end of the 4 weeks, the person was supposed to deliver the ones we gave him to raise. We could see that the one we had raised ourselves, from learning, trying to do some research, reading on internet and all of that, did better than what we paid the guy to actually give us for 4 weeks. So I thought to myself, okay, I think I can actually do this. But at the end of the day, when we got from the broilers was not really what we expected. Maybe in book it looked good, but in reality it wasn't that good. So we said, okay, let's look into layers. Maybe layers will pay off better and it might be less stressful, because that one is really stressful. And then we started this. These birds, they are just about a year. So they started laying in February and now we're in December, so that's about like 10 weeks. So, and so far so good. It's been good because chickens, they lay every day. So every day you know that you have this number of eggs that you're picking from them. I have about 1,000 birds here. But the truth is that not all of them will lay. There's no way all of them are going to lay. Some actually lay, some don't lay. Some start and some don't. And at this point in time where we are, there are some of them that you see, they'll lay today, by tomorrow they don't lay. They're actually supposed to lay in every 26 hours. Yeah, so that's why some of them, you notice that some don't lay a particular day, but the following day you notice that they'll lay, because they've already clocked that cycle, that 26 hours. So you see that they'll drop. It's a good business. It's been keeping me really busy. The truth is that when I look at it and what I was doing, my 9 to 5, it takes a lot of my time, but at least it allows me to have time for my kids. Like, you know, I know that I'm coming to the farm at this time and I have a worker. It's not like I do the work all by myself. So I know that I'm coming to the farm at this time to check on things, to see how things are going, and to make sure that the recordings are correct, because after each day, you record the number of eggs that you pick in a day. So you know exactly at the point where the production drops, so you know what to do. And again, you know, when you have a worker, the person might not actually pay attention as much as you will, because it's your own business. So sometimes I have to come in here and look, because there are sometimes when if a bird is sick or has caught up infection, you see that it will be closing its eye, or, you know, one thing or the other. So you need to like notice some of those things and start to treat almost immediately, so they don't start to die. When I actually resigned and you know, started doing farming, people's reaction to it was quite interesting, or should I say, they were not taken aback by it. It was really encouraging, because you expect that, you don't expect people of my age, or, you know, young people, my friends, because I know what they are doing, you know, like to go into such kind of job, because I know a few of them have told me before that they can't do this, like it's dirty and all of that. But it's quite encouraging when you hear them say like, I'm so proud of you, like, you know, this is really good. And because I post these things on my WhatsApp, on my Instagram, I'm not, you know, I'm not afraid to say this is what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is dirty. I'm not afraid to look dirty sometimes, because it's bringing me money. Come on. So the feedback is quite good. It's encouraging. A day in the farmer's life is quite interesting. Like, okay, my day, I wake up in the morning as usual, take care of things at home, you know, and then I come down here. So what I do mostly is just to manage activities. So she already knows what she's supposed to do, which is come in the morning, you make sure you feed them on time, you give them water, and you sweep up the place to make sure everywhere is clean and neat. You just check to make sure that because what I use is nipples for their water, to make sure that there's water going around all the cages. So once I'm done with the poultry, I come down to the fish where I have to feed them. I have about 5 ponds. These are 3. Then I have those 2 at the end there. These are all my ponds. So when I stock this one, I stock about 3,000. You feed them in the morning. You make sure you change the water. When they are still small, you change water like every 2 days. But when they become big, you need to like change like every day, almost every day. The challenges for the fish farming is basically just maybe breakout of infection or anything like that, because when it comes, they don't die just in once. They die in like 10s, 20, like hundreds and all of that. So quite recently, like maybe a month or 2 months ago, I had crisis with one of the ponds. The last pond over there, I had crisis with them. I had some sort of infection, and I moved out. In a day, I took out about 20 fishes, big ones. So those are some of the crises that I experienced here. And I've even had, I've had worse, because when they were small, but it's even better when they are still small, because then you know that what you're losing is just minute. But when they become that big, it becomes more terrible, because if they die, you can't sell it. You can't sell the fish that is already dead. So it's just a loss on your part. Do I go back? I really like this because it also gives me time for my kids.